Hi everyone, this is Lomi, and today I'm finally back to working on my customization of Firal. I spent a while looking at fantasy-inspired crowns, tiaras, and circlets, and sketched copies of some of my favorites so I could figure out what elements I liked most. Then I used these to create my own design, which is drawn out at the bottom of my sketchbook. This is more of a circlet like the elves wear in The Lord of the Rings, which has always been a huge inspiration to me, both as a writer and an artist. I measured Firal's head over the top of her wig and found it was 9 1/4 inches around where the circlet needs to rest, so I draw a line that size on a piece of paper, and then draw out a guide for what I want to make. I'll be using 20 gauge silver-plated wire for most of the circlet, holding the pieces together with bits of 26 gauge wire. If you aren't familiar with wire working, the higher the number, the thinner the wire. It would probably be prettier if it were soldered together, but I'm not very good at soldering yet, so I'll stick to wire for now. I cut a few pieces to smaller lengths, but still a few inches longer than what I think I'll need. This gives me the space I need to make swirls and bends. Then I start shaping my wire with pliers. Hopefully the shadows aren't too distracting. I normally use umbrella lights when I'm recording, but we were having severe thunderstorms while I was filming this video, and I was worried about a power surge damaging my lights. I'm glad I didn't use them, because we actually did have a surge and power outage while I was recording. Once I get going, I'm not sure the stone I plan to use is a good size for this circlet. It's pretty big, and I don't want the circlet to be overwhelming. I go through my stones to try to find something smaller, but I'm not happy with the options. Digging through my other boxes of supplies, I find a 6mm bead of blue cat's eye glass, which should work perfectly. I redraw my initial plan a little smaller, then it's back to work. I make a loop using round nose pliers and a paintbrush, anchor the bead in place with 26 gauge wire, then fasten the top and bottom wires together. This is a little hard for me because I don't have as much light in my workspace as I'm used to today. But once the two main wires are wrapped together, I shape the curls using my round pliers and my fingers, then fasten them onto the main part of the circlet with more thin wire. Making things with wire like this can be really finicky work. I used to do it a lot, making jewelry for people, but it's been a few years since I tried, and I'm definitely rusty at it. Just when I feel like I'm starting to get the hang of it again, the power goes out for a while. I took a short break, then came back to make the second side match the first. It's pretty much the same process, just a mirror image. To finish the design, I create loops on either end of the circlet. I can attach a chain or clasp to this to hold it firmly on her head, or I can leave it the way it is, and the loops will prevent it from snagging on her hair. I'll leave it this way for now, but once I find a clasp I like, I'll add a closure to the back. That's why I made the loops larger, so they'll be easier to attach a closure later on. I use my hands to gently curve the piece into an oval so it will fit on her head. Then it's time to try it on. I'm definitely glad I made it smaller. If I'd left it as large as my initial design, it would have been overwhelming. But I think this is a good size. It's elegant and well suited to an elf mage, don't you think? The only things left to do for Firal are to make her some footwear, so we'll work on that soon. Then she'll be complete. Thank you for joining me again. Bye.